you need to be to box, let alone over 12 rounds against a real tough opponent. But when you're as big as Valuev, I mean, what a workman this guy must be.
Yeah, he's an athlete, isn't he? Look, he is enormous, and to carry 22.5 stone around a ring for 12 rounds for the best part of an hour, and to keep punching, keep moving, yeah, you're fit.
And to take punches as well, which are very draining. Well, Ruiz yet to get to grips with things here in this fourth.
Yeah, it's been Valuev's jab that's been the point scorer, isn't it? Ruiz just can't get close enough at the moment. But we're only halfway through. That was better, but nothing landed. Referee's going to have his work cut out here, Derek Millam. He's not the biggest. If they start leaning on each other, he's no chance of prizing them apart, has he?
Well, Valuev has used his better boxing in this fourth to pick up the points, and also he's kept on the move, and he's been quite mobile. He's prevented, well, apart from that right hand, Ruiz getting close enough to cause him any damage.
Even then, he rode that. He saw it coming. Yeah, Ruiz, he's got a minute best part of a minute to make an impression here. Drive his punches home if he can. There's a right hand. But the jab again from Valuev, and it jerks his head back, doesn't it?
Good body shot there, right hand from Valuev.
Yeah, told to keep them up, and well, it was on the border, wasn't it?
Well, it looks like another round this for the big man, Valuev, to give himself a 2-point lead now with 4 rounds gone. Round 5 it is then of this scheduled dozen. Judges, by the way, from Denmark, Venezuela and Japan, and our referee is from Australia.
I think this is a round that Ruiz has suddenly got to make an impression. He's got to do something about this. He can't let Valuev have another round on the jab. Valuev fed up of Ruiz sticking his head under his arm. Well, it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah, it's best there than on the end of that long thumping left hand. And you're absolutely right, Bob, and this is a round really that Ruiz has got to get in the bag, and yet he walks into a lovely left hand there.
And he's showing signs of frustration now. And Valuev boxing quite well. That was a neat little left hook on the inside as well.
I've got a feeling Ruiz is a bit surprised at the boxing ability here of Valuev, don't you?
Yeah, sure. Is that a gum shield out that the referee's just picked off the canvas? There's something wrong with it, I don't know. And when we saw him last, when Valuev in his last fight beat the Belarusian Sergei Lakaevich, he boxed really well. He diffused Lakaevich very, very easily.
Well, John Ruiz has not made the impression he'd like to in this particular round.
No, he's fighting in straight lines. When he comes in, he's lost his game plan a little bit.
Well, the crowd, they're not enjoying Valuev getting ticked off by our referee for one thing or another.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with Valuev learning a few tricks of the trade. It's old at 35 to be learning, but he is. He's learning how to use his weight and smother more than he ever used to.
Well, nice three-punch combination there from the Russian.
And Ruiz lunging in a rather tired way. He's lost a bit of belief in this round. It's just not getting close enough.
I still think he's got the will to win this one, Bob, but I just wonder if he's got the ability.
I think he needs to shake himself up when he gets back to the corner. His new trainer, Manny Siaka, needs to get hold of him and say, come on, you worked hard for this.
Is he the father of the former middleweight?
He is.
Well, decent left hook there from Ruiz, but it's another round for Valuev. So round 6 coming up then, and this has been a very good outing so far for Nikolai Valuev. We got him 49-46 in front, 3 points. And what's more importantly about it is that John Ruiz has had all of his kind of doors locked in his face, Bob, hasn't he?
Yeah, he landed one decent left hook at the end of that round when Valuev missed with a right and left himself open. And Ruiz, that was his only moment of success in the whole 3 minutes. The rest of the time, he just couldn't get out the way of the jab. There it goes again. And people might say, well, it's only a jab, you know, but it's sickening. It's an accurate jab. It's just knocking the spray from Ruiz's head.
Well, he's got a big fighting heart, John Ruiz, isn't he? Big fighting spirit, and these punches are thudding home.
Yeah, Ruiz has only been stopped once, and that was when he was caught cold by David Tua, who can really hit. That was in, what, 19 seconds, way back, 1996.
Well, that's the thing with Tua, he get you early or he get you late, but never in between.
Well, it just happened, and Ruiz, that can be put down as one of those things now. He's nobody else has done it. Getting untidy.
Well, that's I think the gamesmanship being employed here by Valuev. As I say, he's been, you know, like you mentioned before, Bob, he's been taught how to use his size and his strength.
And not a lot of clean work from either of them in this round so far. A lot of flailing there, but nothing landing.
Yeah, lots of missing. And yet it's got a wild excitement about it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it suddenly explodes, doesn't it? A little frenetic burst. That was a right hand from Ruiz that was a bit better. You get these long periods where they're just having a look. Then suddenly they come alive, and left hand from Ruiz.
And I just wonder whether the Valuev corner and promoter realise that he's not he doesn't punch very hard. I don't think he takes a great punch either, because they've kept him away from big punches, haven't they?
I think he's taken one well enough. He's gone 50 fights without being stopped, so if his chin was bad, they'd have found out. As big as he is, they'd have found that out by now.
But you know what I mean, Bob? I mean, they're not putting him in with dangerous punches.
Well, it's the state of the heavyweight division. It's the way he is. I'm sure they'd love to put him in with Vladimir Klitschko. They wouldn't bother putting him in with anybody, really.
Well, it's been a strange round, this, a bit on the untidy side. I've got a feeling Valuev might just be nicking it, but I'll be very open to criticism in that.
Yeah, very hard to score that one.
Should we call it level, Bob? Yep, level for me.
Вот. И давай свежесть приобрети. Не бей много, но четко. Не проваливайся, он будет сейчас ловить тебе. Зачем ты широко?
And by the way, after Valuev was beaten by Chikaev, they got in a new trainer who's taught him some new things.
Он же тебе бьет навстречу все время ударом. Поэтому бить ты, если только быстро бей, понял?
The guy's standing up, and Valuev's still taller than him.
Ты понял, Коля? Понял. Ни одного медленного удара.
Amazing, isn't it? Valuev's sitting down there, and he's still 6 inches bigger than his trainer.
Раз, два, три кидай. Понял? Он все время старается тебе на голову перевести, руки наверху держи, от защиты работает. Пассивно не веди, Коля, нельзя пассивно.
Here we go then for the halfway point at round 7. 6 gone, 6 to go, 3 points in it for us, and we've got Valuev in front. And John Ruiz, well, he could still make a difference here.
Well, I've edged that round to Ruiz. Maybe it was wrong, but it was close. But here's the jab again from Valuev, and Ruiz has to do something about that.
Good right hand, left hook there from Ruiz. Well, they were clean, weren't they? Clean and flush.
Yeah, it needs more of them. Valuev really did. He let his work drop a bit in that round, and it was a messy round, the 6th. Here he goes again.